Hi everyone. So here today we are discussing about VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, I'll just very quickly go after introducing myself. My name is Dheeraj. I have been using Microsoft Excel for last 8 years or so. I'm into finance and accounts, and that is the most used area for this kind of operations of Microsoft Excel. I'll just quickly go to the VLOOKUP. If you can see, I have a Excel sheet wherein I have a list of some PB, CBE, just for example, and there are some values or amounts assigned to each value. And what I've done is I've just randomly taken one item, and and this is very important because we have to understand the purpose. I want the corresponding value of this item from the list. So the purpose of the VLOOKUP in itself is getting the value of a particular item from a big list in as simple language as I can express it. Moving on, the if we'll just start writing down equal to VLOOKUP and start with the bracket, we can see some um, uh, expressions are coming out for every item. So I'm pretty sure that you must be familiar with the concept of the formulas in Microsoft Excel. If you don't, then here it is. Every formula you write down when you start off with the bracket with a comma, different expressions are being asked for that formula to be run. And for suppose the first value that the VLOOKUP asks is lookup value. Lookup value is nothing but the value that you want to search, which in my case is this item. I'll just put down a comma, and if you'll see the bold part gets shifted to the next expression, which is table array, which means from which list you want to search this value. I'll just select the table. Next is column index number. So which column is the value at which has to be picked for this place? Again, I'll repeat, column index number is the column number in which the item is there. The number is there. So if you'll see, it's in the second column in our case, I'll just put down 2. Then comma, then something comes as true and false. True is nothing but 1 and false is nothing but 0. And false says exact match, true says approximate match. I'll cover this afterwards, maybe not today, but I'll just put 0 because I want the exact match for now. I'll close the bracket and I'll press enter, and the value comes out as 20, which is exactly equal to this one. And just for example, if I change this value to t, automatically this value changes to 50 because that searching part and getting the value out of that list automatically works. I just move on to the next, which I'm going to use is this one. So suppose we have more than one data, more than one variable for which we need the value from a particular list. For that, we again will use the exactly same thing equals to VLOOKUP, take that value and select that array, and the column is 2, again exactly similar and exact match, like I said, 0. If I'll just copy and paste here, if I just copy and paste here, I'm just trying to make another point here, and I want to cover one more aspect, one more characteristics of this formula. I just copy and paste here. If you see the E actually worked very nicely, but for A there is an error coming out. That is because the moment you copy paste, the moment you copy paste a particular formula, the corresponding cell values, cell numbers gets increased from one row to other. In the first row, if you see the array was A2 to B6, now the array is A3 to B7, which is not actually covering the whole list if you can see. So always remember, this is very important. Whenever you're using a VLOOKUP, it is very important to fix the array. How to do it? Put a dollar symbol for every all the items, that is the row number and column number. Just pressing F4 on that will make it work. I'm pretty sure you must be knowing this. So I'll just do that and I'll copy paste again. If you can see, it started working. That is one of the characteristics that we will have to keep in mind while using the VLOOKUP. One more thing I want to talk about. This is very usually worked with. Suppose we have two lists, A, B, C, D, E, and B, D, E, F, G. Now these lists can be more. I mean, hundreds of items could be there in one list, and 200s or something or items could be in the other list. We want to figure out which are the common items. So which are the common items? And if we can figure out the common items, we can actually segregate the non-common items in each list. So that is kind of very usually worked in bank reconciliations. So where we can use the VLOOKUP and make sure that which item are extra in first list and which items are extra in the second list. I'll just show you how to do it. I'll just put the VLOOKUP here first and I'll search this item in this array, the second list basically, comma 2, comma 0, and it comes as NA. So because it is coming as NA, that means that is not there in the list, in the second list. I'll just, like I showed in the last tab, I have to fix this whole array because it will otherwise change. I'll just copy paste that for all the numbers. If you can see, the numbers for which the value actually came out, those numbers are there in the second list, and those for which it's not there, it is coming out as NA, which is an error. Exactly same thing I'll do for here, just by changing the array list. Comma, and I'll link search from this array 2, comma 0, and along with it I will do this as well. I'll fix those things and I'll copy paste. As you can see, F and G are the items which are there in the second list but not in the first list, and A and C are the items which are there in the first list but not in the second list. Again, this will be very helpful in certain works. Again, another use of VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP can be used in many other ways. These are the basic things which I wanted to cover. So this is kind of basic thing for whoever is starting with VLOOKUP. They need to know these kind of characteristics, these kind of uses of VLOOKUP whenever they're using it. That's all for today. Thank you.